Welcome to Dr. Mensch, the radio show that takes a real, compassionate look at mental health from A to Z. Join child and adolescent psychiatrist Dr. Gil Lichtshine each week as we explore topics that matter: autism, ADHD, anxiety, depression, OCD, schizophrenia, behavioral challenges, neurodevelopmental disorders, and more. No stigma, no judgment. Just honest conversations, new therapies, breakthrough treatments, and real solutions for real people. Mental health is not a weakness. It's a treatable medical condition, and help is available. Join the conversation now by calling the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A. This is Dr. Mensch, where hope and healing begin.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Gil Lichtshine, a.k.a. Dr. Mensch. I'm a board-certified child, adolescent, and adult psychiatrist, and my office is located at 7100 West Camino Real, Suite 404 in Boca Raton, Florida, and my phone number is 561-300-4052. Today, it's Monday, it's the beginning of a new month, it's June, and, I was going to talk about it being summer and time perhaps of less stress, but you know what? This is a time of joy because on Wednesday, June 3rd, is the start of the NBA Finals, and for the first time in 27 years, our New York Knicks are in the finals, and I have Freddie Santori here carrying a broom because the Knicks have some cleanup duty to do. That is to clean up and sweep away the San Antonio Spurs. That would be something, but it is really exciting because this is the first time that the Knicks are in the NBA Finals since 1999. And ironically, it's the last time they were in the finals, they played the San Antonio Spurs. And I believe they lost, but some parallels is, this is the third year for Victor Wembanyama, who's only 22, and I believe that 1999 was, I think, Tim Duncan's second year in the league, and I think he was like 22 or 23 at the time.
Same age.
So there's a lot of one parallel. Back then, the Knicks were the 8th seed, and I remember they beat the Heat in the first round. Back then, it was a best of 5 series, not a best of 7.
It was a war.
And it was was that the season that you had Jeff Van Gundy?
Yes.
Holding on to onto the leg of, was it Morning or was it?
Yes, he was flopping around all over the place.
And you look at the Knick team back then that had Allen Houston,
Spreewell.
I believe Anthony Mason was still
Camby
on the team.
Was on that.
Marcus Camby.
And Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, I think he was injured though.
He didn't play.
I don't think he played, but he was on the team. I'm trying to think of who else was on
That's
that
when
team.
Starks decided to throw
John
bricks.
Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward was on that team.
Yeah, so it was a very
They're all there now watching them.
And you got a lot of parallels in this team with the kind of, hard-working, roster of Mikal Bridges, Cat, Jalen Brunson. I still remember, it was, June of 2022 when, I think it was the end of June, when the Knicks signed Jalen Brunson to a free agent contract, and pundits were like, what a waste of money.
$100 million, $114 million.
What are you wasting your money on some nobody?
Unmerciful.
This is probably the greatest signing
ever.
At least in New York Knicks history.
And what did he do upon the extension? He left money on the table so that they could sign better players, something like $150 million. He says, save this, pay me after we win the championship so we can get some players in here. Who does that?
And then I went online today to look at rankings of the top 25 Knicks players, and I don't remember which site I went on, but they had obviously Patrick Ewing, number 1. They had Willis Reed, number 2. They had Walt Clyde Frazier, number 3. But at number 4 was Jalen Brunson, and he's only been with the Knicks for 4 years. And if he brings a championship, I'm going to say he's the greatest Knick of all time.
He could run for mayor.
And
win.
Because in New York City, you got, the town is divided between Mets and Yankees. You got the town divided between Jets and Giants. You got the town divided between, let's say, Rangers and Islanders, maybe a little Devils, but mainly Rangers and Islanders. But basketball, they are solidly, it's a New York Knicks town. Forget
Absolutely.
the Brooklyn Nets. Like, no one cares about them. It's, they're historically were first on Long Island, then Jersey. No one gives a
Nobody
hoots
cares.
about them. It's a Knick town. So, the Knicks have New York solidly. So
And they play at the Mecca.
and they play at the Mecca of
And
basketball.
I learned today that Michael Jordan started his basketball voyage in Brooklyn, New York. I didn't know
I
that.
did not know that either.
I did not know that. They gave a whole listing of all these players that played out of New York City.
Well,
When I went to NYU, West 4th Street, I used to see Mason there.
Anthony Mason.
Yeah,
though.
I didn't know who he
May
was.
Rest in peace.
And boy, they had a whole crowd of players there.
Anthony Mason.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they call the Garden of Mecca because it is
Mecca.
that is like the pinnacle. That's where you want to play basketball, is Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely.
Jordan, he loved coming in. I remember 1995 after he came back to playing basketball after he took, played baseball for a year and a half, and I remember him saying, "I'm back." And I think his third game back was at the Garden. He scored 55 points. It wasn't number 23. I think it was the 46 jersey.
Oh, 24?
It was he wasn't wearing 23 that like 10 games. He came back in like middle of March. It was like
42, I think it was.
like 10 games left or 15 games left or something, 20 games left in the season. But I remember, his like third game back after having even played in the NBA for nearly 2 years, drops a double nickel on the Knicks.
Yeah.
He loved to torture the Knicks, but to him playing at the Garden was like the Kobe. They all LeBron. The Garden is the Mecca, and to have the finals come back.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
And it's a good thing that it's coming now. I think that the city needs it. I think, there's nothing more than a crazy New York Knicks fan. We're fanatical because it's been so many years that we even been to the dance.
But it's also a crazy sports time because you also have the World Cup
Also,
that's starting. I know the opening match is in Mexico City, June 11th. I think there's a next game in Miami, June 12th. I don't know when the first games are in
they got the Meadowlands playing
but
3 games on the
I'm-
8th, 16th, 17th, the 18th.
So literally, Game 3 in the Garden is going to be June 8th, and then
Yeah.
June 10th. They go back for Game 5 in San Antonio. But by the time the Knicks come back for Game 6, if there is a game, if it
They'll
goes
be
that
the-
far,
they'll be the
that's
games,
going to be
yeah.
like June, I think 13th. You have the NBA Finals and you have the World Cup.
All in the same day.
Yeah, potentially all in the same. Like what a day for sports. Now, granted, the World Cup's in Jersey, in the Meadowlands.
You
but
still got to take transit, right?
and then you also have, the Mets are stinking it up, but the Yankees they're a game behind Tampa. But you got, I don't know if the Yankees or the Mets will be in town. Although I think the Mets, you said, are
I think
headed to
that-
Seattle. Maybe they're headed on the West
Yeah,
Coast
they
trip.
got to play San Diego and everything. I think the Mets do come back for the
And then
final game.
I don't know
with the
about the
Knicks.
Yankees if they're in town at all for the. But
They come back when the Mets leave, so they're going to come back after the A's. They should be in town tonight.
so you got NBA Finals, Yankees in town, World Cup. So it's like,
It's going to be fun to be in New York,
Yeah.
I tell you. It's going to be fun.
even though that city is like a sewer, nonetheless, at least you come in, it's
Sports.
like I'm going to be going to the game on Friday night in San Antonio.
So jealous of you.
But, I had the choice of, do I want to see it in San Antonio or do I want to, fly up to New York? And I, made the choice, I'd rather go to San Antonio, even though there's less, I think there's only very few nonstop flights, but I didn't want to be in the sewer of New York for 2 days.
Not for $8,000 a
and
ticket.
paying, right, like, I think blue seats way up are like at least $5,000. And then you want to
Easy.
sit closer, you're going to be paying 8, 10, 20, 30 grand. I'm not Ben Stiller. I'm not Spike Lee. I don't have that kind of money where I can drop $35,000 and it's nothing.
Garrett Wilson does not want to pay $11,000 for a ticket. Then they said to him to sit courtside, it would cost him $55,000 in Madison Square. He said no. He says, that's too much money. And this is a football player making good money. And he said, that's crazy. Who would pay those tickets?
I mean, I agree with him. That's just insane kind of money. I mean, $55,000 I could use to redo my kitchen or bathroom or...
that's people's salaries for a year.
Right, or that's more than teachers make in a year.
I know, that's crazy.
So, I mean, so if Garrett Wilson, who probably makes what, like 10 million, 15, 20 million a year.
You're 40 million
like,
or
whatever. Doesn't want to pay $55,000 for a ticket. It's like, okay. And you're right. Like you said, that's more than some people's yearly salary.
It opens
for
up
one
your
seat
eyes.
on the at the courtside level at Madison Square Garden for 2.5 hours of your life.
And then that's it.
And that's it.
Then you have to struggle to get home and say, what the hell did I just do?
So, but
now who do you I got to tell you, I got to give you credit. You said to me that the Knicks were going to sweep the Cavs after you saw that first game. And I said to you, no, I think the Knicks in 5. And they swept. That's why I'm walking around with this broom.
Yeah, that series was over after game 1 when the Cavaliers had a 22-point lead with 7.5 minutes on the road where, the pressure's on the home team, not on the road team. The road team's like, hey, we leave with a split. That's great. So you have a 22-point lead. It's not regular season. This is the Eastern Conference Finals, and you're cruising. And then all of a sudden you just like, pfft, and then they got outscored what, 45 to 11. It was 93-71.
Yes. Yeah.
The Knicks outscored them 45 to 11 for the final 7.5 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime. It's like 11 points in 12.5 minutes in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Correct.
So to me, that series was over. Like, there's no way the Knicks are losing that series.
So what do you think of this coming series? Because the whole world, the United States, I looked at the map. It's like 78 for the Spurs and the rest for the Knicks. They don't think the Knicks are going to get by the Spurs.
I think most pundits will say, yes, Spurs in 6. I would have said, let's say, at the beginning of the playoffs, I was thinking, it'll be the Celtics because they were red hot. But then when they got taken out by Philadelphia in a massive choke, I'm like, okay, this is the Knicks. I'm like, the Knicks have the chance. Celtics are out of the way. They'll go by Philadelphia. And even Detroit, with how pathetic they were playing against Orlando, and that I was thinking, even if they beat Cleveland, like that, forget about the regular season, Detroit manhandling the Knicks. I thought the Knicks were going to the finals, even against Detroit. But when Cleveland beat Detroit, I was like, yeah, Knicks are for sure going to the finals. There's no chance they're not. But at first, we'd be like, yeah, Oklahoma City or San Antonio probably in 4, maybe 5. But I could see this going 7 games. You had San Antonio and Oklahoma City kill each other for 7 games. The Knicks have been sitting home resting because they just blew out Cleveland. Now, is that an advantage, not advantage? But could, the fact that San Antonio just had a grueling 7-game series, that had a lot taken out of them. The Knicks should be coming in like kind of feeling like really no pressure. Like, hey, everybody thinks we're not going to win this series. No one thought we'd get here. No one's thinking we're going to beat San Antonio. So the pressure's all on San Antonio. Hey, you're at home court advantage. You just beat the best team in basketball. Everybody's expecting you to win. If the Knicks can, obviously, if they can win 2 games in San Antonio, that'd be awesome. But if they can come to the Garden, split, perfect.
OKC was missing 2 all-star players on their starting lineup. Make a difference on the series?
They were missing Jalen
Williams, and then there was another guy that they said was missing in action in that.
I don't think it would have made a difference. San Antonio.
Even with Williams, it wouldn't have made a difference.
No, San Antonio just, their defense, everybody was contributing in Game 7. It wasn't just Wembanyama. Julian Champagnie, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper's a freaking stud.
Now, do you think physicality, do you think those 2 teams at the end of those 7 games looked pretty worn out from what I could see.
Yeah.
The shots
I mean,
were short.
SGA was worn out.
He was
he
worn
played
out.
like
He would
43 minutes.
He was trying to carry that whole
Yeah.
team by himself.
I mean, that was a grueling 7-game series. The Knicks, I mean, other than game 1 where they were down by 22, and they were up by double digit. I mean, game 4 they were up by 40.
So if this game goes fast break and it goes 7, I'm picking the Knicks in 7.
I can see the Knicks winning in 7.
In 7, because I think that they're going to have the fresher legs. Now, if they win the first 2,
if they win the first 2 in San
then
Antonio,
it's going to be silent night pretty quick.
Oh.
Because I don't think the Knicks are going to lose. I mean, the Knicks are what, 11 games in a row?
Yeah, they haven't lost a game, I think, since April 23rd. That's
That's just
It's
ridiculous,
insane.
yeah. I think that San Antonio knows they can't afford to lose the first game.
No, the pressure is on them. They have to go to New York up 2-0. A 1-1, and you go and play in front of the raucous Garden. I mean, the last time San Antonio played at the Garden, they got blown out by 30.
Yeah.
Back in February.
Yeah.
So.
And I could see that they're going to have a situation. You got to take a commercial break.
Okay, we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
What happens when the mind of a healer crosses over into the darkness of the human soul? From authors David Icovetti, Dr. Gil Lichtshine, and Yolanda DeLuca comes a chilling psychological thriller, Dr. Mensch, A Prescription for Evil. This gripping novel follows a respected Boca Raton psychiatrist who secretly descends into madness, transforming into a modern-day king of the underworld. Inspired by true events and Dr. Gil's childhood connection to a mob family, this story blurs the line between sanity and evil, genius and destruction. Unforgettable, disturbing, impossible to put down. Get your copy today on Amazon.com. Dr. Mensch, A Prescription for Evil, a 2020 psychological crime thriller. You're listening to Dr. Mensch with child and adolescent psychiatrist Dr. Gil Lichtshine. For a copy of his powerful new book, Dr. Mensch's Prescription for Evil, visit Amazon.com. For more information or to schedule a consultation, contact Dr. Gil directly at 561-300-4052 or visit docgil.com. Now, let's get back to the show.
Hello there, Dr. Gil Lichtshine, a.k.a. Dr. Mensch, back with Freddie Santori. We're talking about, exciting time in New York sports. Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Central.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. At least another good thing about watching the game in San Antonio is the game starts at 7:30 p.m. local time. Going to New York, it would be at 8:30.
Right.
Wouldn't end till like 11 or 11:30. Makes it for like a late night, especially if you have a early morning flight to catch. San Antonio, where the traffic's not going to be as
congested.
Right. Although, honestly, if I was going to go to the game in New York, I'd stay at a hotel in Times Square, and I could walk. You can walk to the Garden.
Yeah, but you'll be partying anyway. There'll be no sleeping in New York.
That's true.
You'll be up all night.
Right.
Go to the airport, sleep on the plane, and then wonder why your eyes have bags under them.
At least in San Antonio, the game starts Friday night at 7:30. The Frost Bank Center is about like 4 miles from like the Riverwalk area, so I don't think it's in the heart of like the touristy area, like let's say the Garden in kind of Herald Square, Murray Hill, where there's still going to be things to do.
Right.
After the game ends. San Antonio, I imagine probably,
A couple of cow pastures.
Right. So my guess is, the game ends like 10, or let's say goes to overtime 10:30. Take an Uber back to my hotel. It's kind of be lights out. If I was going to New York.
Now you still be there.
8:30 p.m. Game ends say 11:30. It's like we're in Manhattan. Let's right. You want to, and let's say the Knicks win. The Knicks won the game. You're going to want to let's have a few drinks. Let's enjoy.
Gotta celebrate a little
before
bit.
you know it, it's 2, 3 a.m. Like, darn, I have a flight.
Let me go to
catch
the
in 4 hours.
airport.
Might as well just go to the airport now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you think that first of all, have you ever been to that stadium in San Antonio?
No.
So it's going to be hostile, I'm sure, because they've never They haven't been
I
there
think
in a
there's
while
probably
either.
going to be a good amount of Knick fans there.
Have they been back since '99, San Antonio?
Yeah, they have 03,
Oh, so they
05, 07.
Oh, they've been
Then
there.
they played the Heat back-to-back years in 13 and 14. So they've been to the finals 03, 05, 07, 09, 13, and 4. So they've been back to the finals 6 times since they played the Knicks last. So, but again, it's a whole new
team.
I mean, everybody from, I think the longest tenured Spur is, what's his name, Keldon Johnson?
Johnson.
And I think he's only like 26, and he's been there for 7 years.
That's crazy.
That's the longest tenured Spur.
That's crazy.
I mean, their old dudes are, they have Kelly Olynyk, they have Bismarck Biyombo.
Does he play?
I think he's a backup.
Yeah, okay.
Same with Olynyk. And then they have Harrison Barnes and what's his name? He played at, I think he played at North Carolina.
Harrison Barnes, the rookie?
No, Harrison Barnes from North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
There's another Carolina, Mason Plum. No, was he at Carolina or Duke? Mason Plumlee. So they have a few players that are over 30, but they're they're like bench. And then Luke Cornett, I think, is also 30.
That team, does he rotate
Yeah,
six
he does.
players? Six
But,
players.
I mean, the thing about, I mean, you got Wembanyama's 22, Dylan Harper's 20, Julian Champagne, I think, is 24.
Young team.
Devin Vassell, I think, is like 23. There's another rookie who's like 20. Stephon Castle, I think, is younger than Wembanyama. I think he's 21. So that starting 5, I think, average age is like 23. It's like little kids.
Now,
the coach, Mitch Johnson, I think, is maybe 40.
I know. He's a young guy. You had said to me when they were playing OKC that they had beaten them in the regular season, like 4 out of 5. So you weren't surprised to see they get eliminated.
OKC, if you include, so they were 68-14 in the regular season, and then in the playoffs they had 2 sweeps, so they were 11-4. So that means 69, 64-18, 75-22. They were 71-14 against the league and 4-8 against San Antonio. So 8 of their 22 losses were to the Spurs.
So they were number 1 in.
The Spurs had their number.
And the Knicks played San Antonio this year 3 times.
Right. They played them in the NBA Cup final. They beat them by like, I think, 10 or 12.
Right.
Then they played us, I think, in January in San Antonio where the Knicks lost by 2. Julian Champagne, I think, had like a game of his life with 3-point shots. And then in early February, they played in the Garden, and the Knicks won, I think, by 26, 27. They blew them out.
And was Wembley in all 3 games?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
they manhandled the Spurs in the Garden. I believe since I think the Spurs only had like 2 or 3 losses like from early February on till the end of the year, and one of them was the Knicks.
I think that the Knicks can put pressure on the youth because they're young and they're learning to win. Listen, don't get me wrong. I think San Antonio is a great team. They got rid of OKC. I didn't want to meet OKC.
I'm kind of tired of SGA and this flopping. I'm kind of glad. Plus, I didn't want to fly up. Honestly, I didn't want to. I'd rather spend 2 days in San Antonio than Oklahoma. What is there to do in Oklahoma City? At least San Antonio is like the Alamo, good Tex-Mex. What is Oklahoma City? I'm like, what's there to, like, I would have been like, okay, fly in. I would have flown in Friday morning. Like, I'll take a 6 a.m. flight Friday morning, get there, hang out, and then go to the game, and then take the earliest flight out Saturday morning. At least with San Antonio, it's like, okay, I'll have a full day Friday just to go around town, get some good Tex-Mex, maybe go go to the Alamo.
Well, this is fun because there's no pressure on the Knicks.
No, there isn't.
They're not even supposed to be there.
Nope.
And then they're there. Guys like our producer, Shakespeare on the board, he's got to endure my pain because God help him.
I think there's more pressure on the Spurs.
Yes.
They have the home court advantage. they are the better team.
Allegedly.
You know, for the Knicks, they should go in very loose, like, hey, no one, I mean, going into the playoffs, it was all talk Boston.
Yeah.
Boston, maybe Detroit. The Knicks were, you know, I'm not saying no one thought about the Knicks, but they were an afterthought. It was Boston or Detroit. And
If they put on a clinic.
San Antonio was like, it was either OKC or San Antonio. Everybody was talking about that's the real finals.
Yeah.
OKC, San Antonio. So to me, Knicks should go in loose and like, hey, the pressure is all on the Spurs, not on us.
They put on that clinic like they did 25 threes, where they were shooting from every angle and hitting. If they put on the clinic, and they show that they can score, no, nobody's going to beat the Knicks.
No.
Not with that kind of firepower. And they say, well, you know, Brunson doesn't play defense.
Yeah, he does.
It's just,
He plays
isn't. The bottom line
He's
is
not Luka.
you gotta chase the Knicks. And if you gotta chase the Knicks, you better hit your threes. And if the Knicks put on a clinic, I'm gonna tell you, like what I saw, I've never seen anything. And I've been watching the Knicks since 72. I've never seen, even Frazier said it on his teams. He's never seen any team play the way this team is playing. So it's going to be fun.
And I remember after Game 3 of the Atlanta series, fire Mike Brown.
I remember
Get
that.
rid of him.
Oh, my God. They were
like-
going to burn him down the town. And they only lost by a point
And they
twice.
lost both games by a point to C.J. McCollum's like 3-point shots. Right. It wasn't like they got blown out.
Nah.
It was 2 1-point losses.
Those are two prayers.
But yeah. Oh, Mike Brown's a bum. Bring back Thibs. What do you do?
And they ain't lost the game since.
Nope.
2 series right there.
And he's managing his bench. I mean, yeah, the one knock on Thibs was his starters were playing 36, 37 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Or more, and
Well, he
Mike
burned them
Brown
down. He burned them down.
rotating and using the bench, Shamet, Alvarado,
Well, if your
Deuce
team
McBride.
if your team loses and you need a good doc to talk to, call Dr. Mensch.
Well, on that note, this is Dr. Gil Lichtshine with Freddie Santori. I'm Dr. Mensch. We had a great talk about the Knicks. Next Monday when I'm back, hopefully the Knicks might be up 2-0 heading into Game 3. But I'm hoping minimally, hey, split in San Antonio, they're in good shape.
Absolutely. Good luck. Maybe I see you there.
You should go.
Maybe I should.
Get a ticket and go.
Maybe I will.
You only live once.
True that.
You all have a good rest of your week. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us for Dr. Mensch with Dr. Gil Lichtshine, helping you navigate the world of mental health with clarity and care. If you or someone you love needs support, you're not alone. Treatment works and recovery is possible. To schedule a consultation or discuss non-medication therapies, personalized treatment plans, or psychiatric care, contact Dr. Gil directly at 561-300-4052 or visit docgil.com. You can catch us each week on South Florida Oldies Radio and streaming across all social platforms.